Hey guys, last week our focus for writing was adding more details to our writing and we banned certain words. Um, so I'm going to make sure that I don't use them in this video, even though I just said so. Well, starting now, no banned words, okay? We also wanted to describe certain people, places, events in detail so that our reader can correctly visualize what we want them to visualize. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that video or to add more detail to your memoir, please go back and do that. Please make sure you're doing the memoir. I know it's something that might be easy to forget about, but it's something that you definitely will not regret doing once you get older, and we've talked about that before. For today's lessons, for this week's lessons, we are going to be using pictures, songs, and poems to inspire our writing. So, have you ever been stuck in class and your teacher, maybe Miss Casson or a teacher from second or first or maybe even kindergarten says, today you get to free write and you get to write about anything you want to write about. And then you're just sitting there and you can't think of anything to write about. And your teacher's like, hey, come on, you can write about anything. You can write about ice cubes. You can write about that tree outside. And it's just nothing comes to mind. Okay, so what I do when that happens to me is I start thinking about books that I've read that I liked. Maybe a book that I read recently, or a movie I read recently, or a song that I enjoy, and I use those as inspiration for our own writing. So whenever I get stuck, it's also referred to as writer's block. When you get writer's block and you can't think of anything to write, start thinking about maybe some things that could inspire you and open your mind to start writing. So I'm about to share a Google Slides presentation with you, and we're going to go over it so that you know exactly what you will be doing this week. I don't want to read it word for word, but I do want you to be informed, okay? All right, so for today's writing inspiration, we're going to be reading the poem, I Broke My Mother's iPhone. And then we are going to think about a moment in our life that we would like to write about today. You can write a poem, a personal narrative, an informational piece, etc. The choice is yours. So in your memoir, you're going to be adding another slide to your presentation, and this is almost like that free write where I was talking about, where you can write whatever you want to write about. Now, for me, I didn't really like free writes in school because I had trouble coming up with something. However, we are going to use this poem, I Broke My Mother's iPhone, as inspiration to give us ideas, inspire our writing. So let's read it together. And this website is actually really awesome because it has tons of poems. If you love poetry, like Miss Casson, then I highly suggest you explore the site. Just make sure that you don't subscribe to anything without your parent knowing. I don't think it asks you to subscribe. Make sure you don't buy anything on any of the ads without your parent knowing. Just make sure you're being responsible. Okay, let's read. I broke my mother's iPhone. I broke my mother's iPhone. I didn't mean to do it. I played a game that made me mad, and that's why I threw it. I tried to fix it quickly. I used a lot of tape, plus glue and gum and rubber bands to put it back in shape. I thought I got it working, but when I turned it on, the videos refused to play and all the games were gone. It couldn't send an email. It couldn't send a text. The apps were mostly missing, which left me quite perplexed. There wasn't much of anything her phone could do at all. The only thing that worked was when she tried to make a call. I thought she needed a brand new phone, which I would have to get her. But she just smiled and said, "Hey, thanks. I think I like this better." So I really like this poem because um, I don't know about your parents, but me, sometimes I catch myself kind of looking at my phone and my kids are like, "Hey, pay attention to me." Um, so maybe even though he did it on accident, the mom was happy because she's like, now I don't have this distraction. I don't have anything bothering me anymore. I can focus on you and being the best person I can be versus maybe playing Candy Crush on her phone or sending a text message. Now she can only focus on the important things. So it kind of ended up being a good thing, but please don't go and break your parents' phone so they'll stop texting. Um, I just like how I thought he was going to get in trouble, and then towards the end, he his mom was actually thankful because now she doesn't have this distraction anymore. Okay, so today for your writing, I want you to use this poem to inspire your memoir entry for today. Maybe you have a text to self connection. This happened to you or something similar happened to you and you would like to write about it in your memoir, or maybe you just want to talk about something completely random. I mean, you're welcome to do that, but I would like for you to use something in here to inspire your writing, um, even if you just decide to take your writing and turn it into a poem like this one. um, Feel free to do whatever you would like. Now I am going to go back to the PowerPoint really quickly because I wanted to explain the other two writing activities we will be doing this week, just so you're prepared. Here's an example of someone's writing, and they just free wrote for 10 minutes, okay? I decided it was time for a nap. My fuzzy blanket was on my lap. 30 minutes passed, and I awoke to an absolute mess. The puppy had chewed up my glasses. With anger in my heart and tears streaming down my face, I hurried to determine if my glasses could be saved. One lens had little bite marks, and the other was torn apart. That day I learned that my glasses would not live to see another day. So I think this is a poem. It almost looked like they were starting to rhyme, and then they kind of stopped rhyming towards the end. I don't know if y'all noticed that either, but that's totally fine. If they want to do that for their free write, they are welcome to do that. So this person, they use the poem about the iPhone breaking, and instead it's their dog. They're like in the mom shoes where their dog is the one that broke something important to him, the glasses. Whereas in the poem, it was the speaker in the poem who broke his mom's iPhone. So I like how this person kind of reversed. We're on the other side where now we are in the head, or the narrator is the person who had the item broken. Okay, for tomorrow, your writing inspiration is, one way we can find inspiration is from pictures. So I want you to look at this adorable little picture of a pig eating ice cream at this little tiny picnic table with an umbrella. And I want you to just think of a moment where you can relate to this pig. Maybe it was, well, for me, a couple weeks ago, me and my girls went to Brahms and we had ice cream, and it was just a really great memory because my two daughters were sharing this huge, gigantic ice cream cone, and it was way too big, and I didn't expect it to be that big, but I was like, okay, whatever, and they were just sharing it, and it was really cute, and it was just a fun memory that all of us getting ice cream. So that would be something that maybe I would write about. If you have a stronger connection to the pig and you want to connect it to Charlotte's Web, you are welcome to do so. So for tomorrow, our writing inspiration will be this adorable pig. And then here's an example. And I will share this PowerPoint with you as well so that you can use some of the examples as inspiration as well. And then for Thursday, your writing inspiration will be the song Happy by Pharrell Williams, which I'm sure you probably have heard. For me personally, music has always inspired me in my writing and making poems and dancing. I just love music, and I'm sure most people feel the same way. So for lesson 3, you'll be listening to the song Happy by Pharrell Williams and writing about that. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I am always open to any questions that you may have. If you would like a different poem, and like this poem just does not work for you, feel free to explore the website or ask me, and I can try to find something that I think that you might be inspired by, because everyone's inspired by different things. Make sure for Wednesday and Thursday, you are going back to the PowerPoint and doing lesson 2 on Wednesday and lesson 3 on Thursday in your memoirs. You're just using the picture or the song as your inspiration. Alrighty, I will talk to y'all later.